Once upon a time, there were beings called the Celestials. The Celestials were a kind of godlike entities that looks very surreal and weirdly anthropomorphic, and lived in a place called Somewhere. One of them created the phoenix or the firebird, because some of the Celestials became cold and menacing. It was hoped that the happiness and the warmth of the phoenix will assuage the enveloping cold and the dark, though the phoenix lives among the Celestials. Indeed, some of the Celestials with spite created the most beautiful rainbow crow. He was very colorful with a voice that can rival the phoenix, and loves putting a kind of special leaf on his beak. But unfortunately, while carrying a branch with fire, it burned the crow, and all his colors and melody was all gone. It was a tragedy for the crow, and instead of coming to terms with it, he began to think he was tragedy himself. He exiled himself to the celestial fields. A long-lasting enmity between the two birds sprung. However, it was only one-sided. Then the peahen was then created after the crow. She has the grace of ivory and wealth of the glittering jewels upon herself. Unfortunately, she looked quite insecure of herself, and especially used her wealth to garble her appearance to suit her more. She was also found to be fraternizing with the crow. The eagle was the last of the four to be created. With its brown and majestic appearance, he was wooed by the peahen, who flaunted her wealth. Both liking regal chivalry and a kind of egalitarianism to please, he proved indecisive nevertheless when he asked to join by the other birds. He lives in the nondescripted mountains, in a place aptly named the Eagle's Nest. And the goddess of love and life, though she is still unnamed for now, has many siblings, but it is unclear whether they are all related to each other or otherwise. She lives in the center of Somewhere. Now, in an earthly philosophical viewpoint, the Celestials are the omnipresent beings that almost every religion and mythology declares. They are neither real or not. The golden spear represents power, and we think that happiness, represented by the phoenix, wielded power. Then the crow represents tragic nihilism, a disaffected being. The peahen represents both the splendor and insecurity of material wealth. And lastly, the eagle, the conflict between what is supposed to be good and bad. And with them bound with the golden rope was life itself. These aspects are both united yet separate at the same time. And if one of them started to do otherwise, then the golden rope of life will snap and will be one no more. Even though you may think this is too complex and open-minded for some people to wrap their heads around it, then I shall offer you a simple option for the kids. Teamwork, true friendship, and unity will make people be together. And if one is not sincere, it will be all gone. And if one is placing themselves before others, it will all be gone. A character and story analysis by the author Jean Maurice G. Gaitan, grade 9 student of the Kids Alternative